Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, F1 2020 was such a good year. I'm still getting a kick from having all those new and different races that we had at these different tracks that we haven't raced at for a long time or never raced at before. So, this series I am calling the Alternative F1 Races. Basically, of every race weekend, I'll be jumping in to Assetto Corsa in VR and taking part in a Grand Prix weekend, but the tracks that I'll be using, none of them be on the current F1 calendar. So there'll be tracks that are either in the same country or close enough to where the original race was, just to change it up and let's see what F1 would be like in completely different places, some places you wouldn't even think of. With that said, let's get into the race.
It's so dark because I was playing around in, actually having a run around the Jeddah track at night, and then apparently this is just evening. I quite like it. I might have this as an evening race. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my alternative Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the second to last race of the season, the second to last race in this series. And firstly, can I say what a mess the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix was, just politically, like all the decisions and such, but that's neither here nor there. I have actually turned this into a proper world championship, because if you're good enough, potentially old enough to recognise what this track is. This is a former F1 track, hasn't been on the calendar for many years. I think this layout of it was used, but a lot of us would love to see this track on the calendar. I think it's the most requested track to be on the F1 calendar, and that is, if you can see the hot air balloon up there with the South African flag, we're at Kyalami. Because I explained in the Alternative Qatar video that just where Saudi Arabia is, I've used up all the other Middle Eastern tracks, Bahrain, Qatar, Dubai, whatever, I've used them all up. So the next nearest ones were genuinely the Indian Grand Prix track and the South African Grand Prix track. So this is my alternative to Saudi Arabia. It is South Africa. It's still technically the SA Grand Prix. Saudi Arabia, South Africa. But, oh boy, this is a fun track. Let me get around to the start and I'll take you for a lap. Okay, so we come down the pit straight. Got a little kink to the right, then we come down hard, almost a hairpin for the first corner, which then immediately kicks to the right, kicks to the left, and then tightens. It's lovely and fast this track. You come over to the right hand side because we have fast left, little brake and shift down for a few more for a left-hander even. It's quite tight. This one is deceptionally tight. You have to brake even more. Long right-hander. Charge up the hill. You don't turn immediately. It's completely blind. This is the second time in as many laps actually that I've spun there. There's like a slight kink to the left and then a tighter left corner, but it's just completely blind, so I've got to practice that corner. Then we have a run down the hill. Another fast kink to the left. Keep over to the left hand side because it's again almost a hairpin or 90 degree. To the right, another 90 right. Come down for a last tight corner onto the pit straight. That's a lap of Kyalami. It's a really fun track, 4.5 kilometres, so decently length as well. It'll be 17 laps, the Grand Prix. Well, the Grand Prix that I'll do. So, yeah. I'm going to get some practice and see you in qualifying. So here we go, my first flying lap in qualifying. Yep, just making sure that the Alpine is far behind. And a little bit wide in turn 1. But with a little kick. Car a lot of turn 1, that's absolutely fine. You'll kiss that apex, you want to run over that apex and then come down to 3rd. Flat out down here, open the DRS. Just hit the brakes and step down to 7th. You can come quite happily through 7th and the brakes will close the DRS. Here you want to break down to 3rd. You want to come up, put it down to 5th. You can keep it 5th. Through here. Crest of the hill, you want to brake. I sort of got the line a bit wrong. You more or less want to stay in the middle of the track. You can brake on the crest of the hill. Fast corners here, you want to break down to 3rd. Run as wide as you can to take as much speed. Here you just want to drop round 1 gear to 5th. Come down to 2nd for the final corner. And across the line with a 1:19.1. Puts me 3rd currently behind Perez and Norris. This lap won't be counted as I went off the track looking at the lap times. Oop, and again. Here we go, so I'm going to gear up for the final lap. I hope I get a clean lap in. DRS open, recovery down to about 20%, so I can actually have a bit of recovery. Go as fast as I can. Come down to the bit of grass that is open. Missed the apex a bit. That did cost me. I discovered you can get around here, still flat out in 7th with DRS open. That is terrifying though. Break down to 3rd. Ah! Lost it on the exit, and of course I'm Verstappen, so lost it on the final lap, as Verstappen did. So currently starting P2, Hamilton is in the pits. So looks like I'm starting P2. Everyone's starting on the C2s. I don't know why, that's hard. That's effectively hards, and I'm on the mediums. So we've got Valtteri Bottas starting in P1. Max Verstappen, driver of the day for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. P2, Lewis Hamilton, P3. Wow, this is a tight grid. Fernando Alonso is directly behind us. Lando Norris, Tsunoda, Sainz, Leclerc, Stroll, Perez, Vettel, Gasly, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Ocon, Schumacher, Latifi, Russell, Mazepin. More or less as you would expect from the Grand Prix. It's come lighter because I thought, as much as I was enjoying the evening one, it wasn't particularly good. It was getting darker as well. So, firelights are off for the South African Grand Prix. It's a decent start from Max Verstappen. He's got the inside line. Down here, he will have Valtteri Bottas will have the in for the first corner, but Max Verstappen can hold the line. He's going to cut him off for the second part. Max Verstappen is going to pull away. It looks like Hamilton's also dropped a place to Fernando Alonso. Sliding around a bit, but it's absolutely fine. I'm going to hopefully run away with this. Difficulty's still up as it was in Qatar, so it's actually difficult. I mean, I was I did set fast laps during qualifying, but I was legit just trying my hardest. Some of them are just so quick. So no, it's fifth. Gonna drop across the line. Across the line. Down second now. Across the line we go. So, did we get a look at the standings? Sort of do. Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Alonso, Hamilton, Norris. So, the Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, Vettel are your top 10. I'm going to go third. I need to stop shifting down to second. The track limits are crucial too. If I run wide, it will give me that slow down to 35 kph penalty. So I need to be careful with track limits too. So coming on to lap 11. So 10 laps down, 7 to go. Going up to lap Charles Leclerc. Don't know what happened to him. He's all the way at the back. It's 3.5 seconds to Bottas. And then, like in the real Grand Prix, it's sort of a Red Bull and Mercedes, and then a long time back, 20 seconds in fact, back to an Alpine. I keep braking at that corner. It's a flat out corner, but I keep braking at it. Sort of letting my mind take over subconsciously, and I'm not thinking about that corner. That helps Bottas catch up, which I don't want. But it's just been a bit of a dull race at the moment. I'm being able to dull race like spectator point of view, and how like the beginning of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix was until Schumacher put it in the wall. But the AI don't know how to handle blue flags, so let's see if Leclerc will get out of the way. Because he's not a slow car, that's not the reason why he's at the back. He's just had an incident or something. So let's see if I can catch Leclerc and if I can pass him. There we go, coming up to the sort of back hairpin, as I want to refer to it as. I'm sure it's got a proper name. I can feel my tyres going ever so slightly. Here's someone who won't get out of my way. It'll be Mazepin. Because I think he's undiagnosed colourblind and doesn't know what the colour blue is. Crap. Again, completely Mazepin's fault. He had to force me. Well, I did run wide myself, but no, he wasn't getting out of my way. Neither of them are. Double overtake into the first corner. And Leclerc has passed Mazepin as well. You are welcome. And now Bottas has to deal with Mazepin. Valtteri Bottas is out. Ooh, that's good news for me. It will make this a really dull race because I am about 25 seconds ahead of Alonso, who is P2, and I'm now on lap 15, so I have 3 laps to go. But oh dear, Valtteri Bottas is out. I guess I've won. Oh, there's a Ferrari. I feel like I know what happened to Bottas. He might have been trying to lap Leclerc and fail. As the sun actually slowly starts to set, we start the final lap of the South African Grand Prix. Oh, this is a fun circuit. I actually drove the Saudi Arabian circuit as well, the Jeddah circuit, just before jumping on, that's why practice was sort of more into the evening. Jeddah circuit is really, really fun, but South Africa has, well, I was going to say better human rights. Yeah, it does. It has better human rights than Saudi Arabia. Still not perfect, far from it, but I would have. This would have been a much more preferred and welcome track on the calendar than Saudi Arabia, or like Qatar would have been good for one race, but the fact it's 10 years is, yeah. So, as we enter the final sector, it is a win for Max Verstappen. Had no contact with other drivers trying to let them past. Now the final corner, and Max Verstappen wins the South African Grand Prix. So at the end of that, Max Verstappen comes first, Fernando Alonso comes second, Lewis Hamilton third, Norris, Tsunoda, Sainz, Perez, Vettel, Stroll, Gasly, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Ocon, Raikkonen, Latifi, Schumacher, Russell, Mazepin, and Bottas and Leclerc DNF'd. So there we go, the alternative Saudi Arabian Grand Prix taking place in South Africa at Kyalami. Great track, isn't it? You can sort of see why we have the hype for South Africa and why we want it. Also, it makes it a world championship because there's no African circuits on the calendar, so it would make it a world championship, definitely. Love the track. I've loved the season so far. The overall season, I've loved doing these videos, and season's been fantastic, isn't it? The IRL season. We're going into the final race, equal on points. Who's going to come out on top? I have no idea. The Red Bulls are strong. Abu Dhabi typically favours Hamilton. He's normally quite good there, so we'll have to completely see. We'll have our final round next week. It is going to be, the alternative is going to be the Dubai Autodrome, because that's only down the road from Abu Dhabi. So the final race is going to be in Dubai for the series. You'll have to let me know if you want me to continue for 2022, or if I pack it in or not. I quite enjoy it. I'll have to see how I feel with a bit of time off. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Super close to 100 subscribers. I might have hit it by now, actually. But if I haven't, please do. Also, I heavily recommend there'll be a title card somewhere here. I'll put it in. Go and watch a tribute that I did to Frank Williams. It's a bit long, but I'm really proud of it. Please go give it a watch. Thanks, guys. See you next week for the final race of the season. Bye.